All right, good morning, everyone. We are here at Feature Friday, and I am going to show you first the feature that we have been waiting for 4 years, literally. So let me share my screen here. And in the process, let's just put together a really simple, actually, I have a book that I've already created. I know you're not shocked that it's a calendar since I always do that on the demos. So this you can see, if I wanted to edit that calendar, I would just go click on the actual product. But in this case, let's go ahead and add a website because the feature that we are going to show you is on the website page. All right. Do you see this button up here? Use shipping form. So for those of you who want to take in, I hope the recording is getting the jaws open. So let me show you before, because when I clicked on this, I'm like, use shipping form. So when this is here, and I haven't clicked it yet, you can go down here and you can see, oh, I must have clicked it, is without clicking it, you don't have the mailing address, city, state, zip code. With this, and you can undo it, you can take that away. So it's basically a toggle off and on. Right now, you do have to scroll down to make sure it happens. I'm sure we'll fix that at some point so that you have a little bit more feedback whether it's engaged or not. But we have that ability now. So when would you want to use this? Well, you don't have to be shipping something. Like if you are trying to do something like in a local area or something like that and trying to gather that kind of information. In fact, let's go up and engage it and look at what it takes in. And what I'm also going to have them add later is add some of the eyeballs on the different fields. So if you want to just engage like one of those fields, that will be available in the future. Right now, you will have to gather all of the ones because they do not have the little eyeball there. But this will give you the ability to take in the address. So I know some of you are selling books. I know some of you are selling things that you want to ship to people. This will give you that shipping information without having to hunt them down via email or phone number. So that's the big announcement
Oh.
today. Yes, Eileen.
And are we closer to the recurring like membership payment thing?
The membership payments are and I'm going to stop my share here.
The recurring charges, yeah.
Yeah, so the recurring charges is something that Stripe already does, but to integrate it into Pagewheel is massive. But the team is in the middle of that project, meaning that it's kind of, something that we're committed to launching, but because it's such a big project, I don't know exactly what the end of that timeline is. In general, when it's a massive project, it takes a few weeks for them. And then, so I'm hoping that we will have that in mid-February, maybe sooner,
Would it
but
be possible for you and I to chat later? Because remember that client I shared you that proposal
mhm,
for?
yeah, you can.
Signing. She's signing.
Yay! Yes, and you absolutely can. The
Mm.
the good news for those of you, because I know the enterprise level is specifically wanting the recurring payments because then they can take their customers through Pageville, which makes sense. Is to go ahead and just go straight to Stripe and set it up. Mhm. So, all right. Any questions or anything that you want to? Let's start with anybody that has anything specific about page wheel features or how to do something. Lana.
I just want to do a shout out. We
Oh,
had
cool.
talked the other day about um something Cynthia and I are working on, and that is how you can show up and share
Oh, cool.
with um like say for instance, you hear about April doing these awesome lunch and learns, and you get so excited about it because I mean she is just like hot, I mean it is like amazing, and everybody like goes to want to follow Rachel about everything she does because she is
It's
just so
all an
dynamic.
illusion.
Yeah, but you're so hot. I mean, you just create such a great feel about everything you do. And so anyway, Cynthia is amazing with helping people with doing video. And you can do a podcast, you could do a lunch and learn, you could do a workshop, you could do a webinar. But what she will do is she will take the tech headache away from you so that you can just show up and share. But you're going to have to show up and share the materials we create and the slide files to your audience, because your audience is the one that's going to be the one that, I mean, it's not Cynthia's audience that would be the one that would want to show up to your lunch and learn or to your workshop. So there would be have to do a show up and share your materials to your audience. But if the materials were created for you, which she and I would do, then you would have the materials created for you, and then you would have the Zoom room created for you, and then you would show up and share and teach your assignment. So
That's amazing.
just want to let know.
Lana, is there, and Cynthia, can you drop a link into the group chat, for anyone looking for that? And is this an event, or is it a evergreen type thing?
It can be both, because see,
Okay.
if the person is on Pagewheel, then once they have their lunch and learn, their workshop, their training, whatever it is that they create with Cynthia, then it can go on to Evergreen. And then they
I love
could
this
do like
plan.
one, then they could do like one once a month too. It can be an ongoing once a month training that someone might want to do.
I love it. Yeah, please drop the link in there in case anyone wants to look into that. I love to see how you guys are playing. Aw. Jennifer, who's your friend today?
Yeah, but see, one of the neat things about it is we'll be using all of the Pagewheel tools, and people will be part of Pagewheel. They'll need to be part of Pagewheel in order to be able to use the service.
That's perfect. I love it. Thank you, guys. Jennifer,
Is this something y'all are doing regularly, Lana?
Yes.
What's your name?
And y'all are going to drop the chat. Y'all are going to drop the link in the chat.
Yes, Cynthia will take care of it.
Cynthia's got it. Okay.
We missed the name, Jennifer.
What's your name?
My name is Oakley.
Oakley.
Oakley, we're so glad you came today. We hope you'll come back and see us another time.
We say thank you.
Thank you.
Pagewheel users are getting younger and younger.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Are your friends?
Yes, these are my new friends, and one of them is a friend from a long time ago. Okay, can I go with a couple questions since I'm here?
Please.
Okay. I am absolutely overwhelmed because this thing has absolutely exploded. I already have several people who are interested. So I think what Dr. Lana was just talking about, did I say your name right, Lana? Okay, thank you. I think what she was just talking about is actually going to be helpful for me. So I'm showing up and I'm sharing now. You guys got to tell me what to do, because I don't know what to do. And I'm going to need, I guess, the pages for the 47 and the 97, because yeah, this is becoming a thing, and I'm just, I don't know where to start. And then who would I talk to about, I currently have 3 businesses, and I'm trying to figure out how to do, where to put the social media and where to be doing the things. So is there someone to talk to about that here, or what do I do?
So you can, and everybody, including Jennifer, I'm the one on the other side of the live chat. So if you are like overwhelmed, like, hey, I have a complicated situation, just go ahead and send me a message. But you're not the only one with more than one business. So why don't we just unpack that just a little bit right here?
Oh, no.
Because I think that's a really common, like, I see people nodding. So talk to me right now about, like, what are you feeling on that multiple levels of the businesses? Like, where are you at on that you're like, I need to do something different?
Okay, so I have a design and consulting where I do, and I'm still trying to figure out like what's going to be the umbrella and how that's all going to work with a holding company and all the pieces. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But so I have a design and consulting, and that's the one where I do the desktop publishing and the business consulting and all of those pieces, which I think is primarily where the Pagewheel would come from. I do also, of course, have like, you know, the side MLMs,
Mhm.
but then I also have one that I'm getting ready to brand and register, and it's called Hope Among the Hats. And that one covers just life, you know,
Okay.
parenting, grandparenting, raising kids, trying to balance life, just literally hope among all the hats that we wear. And then that's all I can think of right
Okay.
this minute. There's something else that I can't remember.
Let's talk just a bit about, first of all, it's easy to get overwhelmed on all of this because you're thinking about, I need to keep them separate, but then I'm doing a lot of it, so I don't want to have to duplicate my efforts and stuff like that. So one thing to think about is if all of your businesses are, you know, kind of in a way that you may only be using one Stripe account, or that you could separate the emails with, and I'm talking kind of Pagewheel specific at this moment, is you could use Pagewheel, your one Pagewheel account, whether it be the starter or the business account, for multiple businesses if you don't have the complication of like multiple Stripe accounts, multiple email accounts that you need to pull out, or if you're just getting started with one of the things and you could go in and manually, you know, it wouldn't be too much to go in and manually pull, you know, sort the email, you know, that, because remember in your list, and I'm talking about when people opt in or buy something from you, you could go in and say, oh, this product is for this business. I will pull these people into this list and, you know, that kind of thing. So you could start multiple businesses on one account. That's no problem at all. You know, I do that with, you know, in fact, now I have multiple accounts, but when we started Pageville, I was running everything through my Text Holly that and I was doing demos out of it too. So, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so dumb. I have so many things in here. I started sectioning off. So if you have businesses, or if you might have multiple businesses plus clients, that you want to separate those things more divisively. If it's just two and you know it's just two, you may want to just have two Pagewheel accounts with different email addresses. You have to have email addresses that are separate. Now, if you're thinking this is going to be expanding, I want to really separate these things, then that enterprise level might be a good choice for you, because you can have up to 10 sub accounts, which basically is your main account plus 10 accounts. So you could have like one account for one business, and then you have the ability to do the Stripe and the Zapier. And then there's also folders within the enterprise level that you could be putting social media and all that kind of stuff into it to kind of separate things. The other thing that I was looking at with somebody yesterday is that, you know how like you'll run a prompt in Pagewheel on the, you know, on the copy pack side, and then you want to, now you, oh, I should show that. In fact, let's look at that real quick. Because I think this is something that last time we looked at together was not there. I'm going to share my screen.
Sandy said she has an enterprise account.
Okay, perfect. Is that you could go into the create digital product here, and I'm sorry, I went the wrong way. Get copy packs. Is that now we have the last, I think 5 or 10 things are being saved now, so that these things are sectioned out for each of your businesses, and you're not like mine where I have reading log and redefining romantic relationships in the same thing. So if you wanted to go back and rerun those things, so that's something to be helpful. So what you probably do, if you have multiple accounts, you get an enterprise account, and then you set yourself up with and I can show you that on my own account. Let me do it into this. This is one of my accounts that is at the enterprise level, so that I can go in and look at like what are my child accounts. So I have 3 different child accounts for 3 different reasons. And then, so you can see, you could be putting them in the folders. You can, you know, you have the thing, but then you could go in and change into any of those accounts real easily so that all that information is going into staying in that same thing. So then that Stripe, so for instance, in this case, this might be like my kids' activities blog, which is very different than my Pagewheel. And I can have my Stripe and my email zapped into my other email real easily and keep all that in one place. And then that gives you the ability to, expand taking on clients, expanding, different, conversations you have with different payment accounts.
Super. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anything else about that situation? Because I know that's something that a lot of you are dealing with.
Kim, speak up.
Well, I don't know what's about that, but it
Yeah.
just
Okay, go ahead, Kim. I
I
think
wrote
we're
myself all
ready to
these
go
notes while
on.
you're talking, so I can remember my questions.
Yeah.
So they're
Go for it,
gone by
Kim.
the next time one of them was about the child accounts, like how many complete products can one child account have? Like website, product, all, like if they wanted to have 10, could they have 10 or?
Yeah, so the child accounts are at our business level. And we
Okay.
did that on purpose to allow you guys. Oh, that's one other thing I can show you today. Is the and I'll explain. Let's go back to my main account. And this is my agency account or my enterprise level account. So when we go into the child accounts, is you see the chat support. So right now it's defaulted that when you have a sub account, like let's say you have a client that has a Pagewheel account, they have the chat support with me. But let's say you're white labeling this, you don't really care that, you're going to take care of everything. You want to because obviously our chat support right here is labeled Pagewheel. And so if you want to remove that from your child account, all you have to do is undo that button right there and save changes. And that person will not see that live chat report. So that goes back to the child accounts are business level, meaning they have unlimited, and I'm using air quotes, legally. That's a legal disclaimer.
Who knew?
We haven't had anyone that has legally pushed us yet, but yeah. So you're going to be able to use as many as you need, and then if you want those people, and the reason why I wanted to show you that, if you want those people to be involved in some of the business level, we'll be doing business school again in the next month. I'm thinking end of February, but don't hold me to that. We'll be running business school basically 3 or 4 times a year. So if you want those people that, if you're a coach and you want them to learn that, you may want to invite them in. If you have clients that, or, that don't need to be messing with us, you might want to take that away. So that's all the way up to you. But your child accounts have full business access to Pagewheel is kind of the bottom line.
The other question I had was, I put it in the chat, can't remember now. Oh, can we see or can you tell us the back end of the shipping thing? Because that's probably going to be a game changer with my people, because they ship their products, right? And they would.
So, and
website?
actually it will go into your list. And so it will go into as fields in that spreadsheet.
Okay. And then we just copy and paste.
But for those of you who are actually doing that, I would love feedback as soon as possible. If you want to test it a little bit and then send me some feedback, because let's just say the people coding the spreadsheet are not spreadsheet people. Because when we originally launched the original fields, I had them go back and change some things. So I would not be surprised that what you see today and what you see in 2 weeks is a little bit different. So for those of you who are doing a lot of shipping, I would love your feedback on that, because we want to make that usable for you to download into what ShipStation. And I know like ShipStation and all those kind of places will allow you just to upload a CSV, and that's kind of what I'm hoping that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't personally ship a lot of stuff out, but hardly anything. I'm really trying to stay digital. but most of the crafters I know are selling physical products and
Yeah.
they want to sell, and most of them are at a place where they don't have websites yet.
Right.
So
Well, and
it's just
so
getting better.
it's one of the things, and remember, we're moving into, in the next month-ish, like that, moving into more, feeling more like a funnel builder,
Yeah.
so that you don't have to have that digital product. People can come in and just tell us what they're selling and move forward.
Yeah.
So
Amazon.
yeah, it's a real game changer for all of us. And
Mhm.
those of you, who knew we would be here? I always said, we're not a funnel builder. We're
Oh
a
my
damn
gosh.
funnel builder.
Methinks that does protest too much.
I know. I think
We're not
it's my
funnel
own PTSD from building funnels that didn't want me
builders.
to
We're a
admit.
simple funnel builder.
Polly, you need to say to yourself, Pagewheel, the funnel builder for the rest of us.
Yes,
For the
the
rest
funnel
of us, yeah.
builder.
For those of us that are not techie.
And you guys, Rachel's doing a webinar with some people next week where they asked her to show how to build a funnel in Go High Level. And
She shared it was 469 steps.
oh my God, the workbook is 70 some pages. And I mean,
Nobody got time for that.
You missed it, Holly, because there was somebody in the agency group meeting that asked her specifically, how does Pagewheel, integrate with GHL? She went on like a 20-minute rant. It was great.
there was a reason she was taking that one. I love it.
And then she said, "Oh shoot, this is recorded."
I swear, we're not going to talk about it.
But this shipping thing could be a game changer for my new client, because she's having somebody like basically create a Shopify store for her. She might not have to.
Yeah, and you guys, the thing, and this is not going to be for everyone, because if you're doing a lot of shipping, you're going to want to, because I used to run a clothing, an online boutique. So we were shipping hundreds of packages a day. So we had to have something that would go straight into, ShipStation and all that kind of stuff. If you are sending out several things a week, it is a completely different situation. This is probably something that will be very helpful for you, because remember, if you're adding Shopify, I know they give you a free month or two, but after that, you're then into $30, $40, $50 a month. And so that's kind of where this is like, we're trying to solve that need. Instead of having to have 6 tools that are going to be $500 a month, is to have something that is workable until you scale to the point where you're like, this isn't workable. I need to add these more expensive things on. And who knows, by that point, we may solve that problem, just like we're solving the funnel problem. So, Samantha.
Okay. So I'm not up to date, of course, on everything. So I'm just asked the question. So I don't have to go down the rabbit hole.
There's no quiz here.
So when it comes to email,
yes,
is the only way to do a follow-up series or a flow is through using Zapier, or is there something inside Pagewheel now?
So there's nothing inside Pagewheel that will send out anything beyond that first delivery email.
Okay.
But if you go into your list, you could set up the Zap, or you could download the CSV and then upload that into MailChimp, wherever your other thing is. And I personally used to do that all the time, because I'm not a big fan of Zapier, but like, I get it. And I think it's just because I hate all those things, which is why we built
that what I'm using is not Zapier. Like I'm also a part of Chat's community. So, we have the custom.
So is it not
control?
Does it not allow any Zaps at all?
No. It's integration. Like, you can have it integrated in there, but I don't know if Pagewheel set up to integrate with other software.
So if there's ways to integrate, Zap should work, because Zapier, we have direct API access into Zapier. So when you click that Zapier button, you're actually in Zapier at that point.
Yeah,
so,
Zapier though.
Okay, then I would just download the CSV and upload the CSV over there.
And
Yeah.
what's your hack for keep from overlapping?
So I would say any email, it won't upload it twice. So that's the beautiful thing is you don't have to worry about sorting. Oh, I'm just want the people that came in the last few days. Is an email, if you're sending it out through a third party email client, which I'm assuming his is inside it, it's going to not allow duplicates at all. So it will do all the work for you on that other side. So it's quite easy. It's like a download, upload, and you're done.
So every time you're downloading the whole thing, but it just won't allow the duplicate.
It won't allow the duplicates on the other side. Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's a very good question. But that's also, it's not just that, because what if someone, because I do this in my own business, as I make people opt in a million times. And so it's not just, oh, that person, I uploaded that person from that same product again, but like, what if that person, downloaded 6 of your things, you don't want them on your list 6 times.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is too that we have it where if they're in a system, they don't have to send an email, and we definitely leverage tags a lot. So
yeah. So you could be tagging them in different ways too. So yeah.
Okay. Secondly, my question is, now I just even did it because I wanted to make sure I tried it before I even ask you. But if you're really focusing on YouTube, I know YouTube is just not one of the choices. But I know a lot of our content we can use on there. Where there come a time where it be a specific, like you got, Instagram, Pinterest, or whatever. Would there be a category that says YouTube? And
you're talking about on those copy packs?
Yes.
Okay. I think what I would do is don't look at those labels as you have to use it for this. Look at those labels for more as could I use that? So thinking about YouTube is 2 things come to mind. Search engine, because so anything within those copy packs that talk about search engine, or like catchy titles, viral titles, all those kind of things.
It gave you some great stuff. I was just curious from a labeling visual standpoint, if that's your community, people they're used to seeing a YouTube brand.
Yeah.
So just from that perspective, but I understand taking the content.
Yeah, and the video script. I will definitely give the feedback to Rachel that it would be helpful to have some branding in there, because that's a very simple thing. But in the meantime, and this has been one of the challenges, is because as a blogger, I use a lot of these things very differently than you guys do as with social media, YouTube, all this kind of podcasts, that kind of stuff. But instead of making 6 different things that are exactly the same for all these different things, we kind of just labeled it. But I think the YouTube branding would be great. I think you're right on that.
Okay, great. Thanks.
I want to recommend checking out the tip and teach category, because it'll give you 6 different, they're more like YouTube shorts, but still it's a great place to start.
Is that under video scripts or the tip?
No, it's called Tip and Teach, I think.
Okay.
What's it under?
Hold
I
on.
missed that.
Hold on, I'll go find it.
Okay. Thanks.
I feel like there's so much. I feel like I could make a video vault for days about each little thing.
Yeah, and one of the things that
I might do that. I'm snowed in.
I would love that, April, because one of the things that Janine and I had talked about, because we have if you go to learn.pagewheel.com, we have the kind of a knowledge vault on all of the digital product maker stuff up to the changes that we made 3 weeks ago. But we had tackling all of the content on the copy pack side is daunting, because like we say, I might use the social media calendar this way, and you might use it this way, and you might use it that way. So one of the things that we thought about doing is doing kind of a knowledge base that was hey, here's the intended purpose, but then let's sit down and have a conversation how we could use it a million other ways, because we could literally do that for every single one of those copy packs. Because I know many of you are using the tweetables, for instance, and you've never even had a Twitter account. So, you know, that's just a simple example.
Before it was even called Twitter.
Yeah.
Right.
I know I've had so many people said, I'll give you 21 tweetables. They're like,
I don't even know what that is.
what's a tweetable?
Yeah, and it doesn't really even translate when you try and explain it, because really, to me, it's just another visual plus text, right? It's just another way, it's another creative way to present your post. But anyway,
Yeah.
for everybody who wants to know, if you go to the video scripts option in your copy packs, the tip and teach reel outline is one of the options there, but it'll show you all the things that Pagewheel thinks are video.
And let's just be clear that yeah, sometimes when we got organized, it is not super organized, because you're like, why is this under here? But then if we
that's where it fell when we threw it against the refrigerator to see if it was thick.
And then if we move it, then everybody's gonna be like, where'd you put it? We finally put it where it goes.
Yeah. I just ran the prompt that I ran, because I ran it for a group of people this morning. The prompt is, gratitude is the best way to gain more clients and more prosperity. Now, that's not for me because I'm not a big prosperity person, but a lot of people I know are, and it sells. So I ran, gratitude is the best way to gain more clients and more prosperity. And I just in the chat posted the pack that came up from Eileen telling me tips and something reels.
Oh, cool.
So that pack was run from tip and teach reel outline. And it looks like it gives you 6.
Yes, it gives you 6, and then you can rerun it a bunch of times before you're going to see exact duplicates, and then just change your prompt a little bit and run it again.
Right. And that's what this is. Okay, so this is what I have to stop myself from doing. Because now my brain is going, ooh, I could sell this for $10 a run. Da, 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 da. And now I'm selling something new, and everybody's all confused. What is she doing? So what I need to do is just buckle down today and make the 47 landing page, the 97 landing page. And I want to get the other one from Cynthia, because I think Cynthia's could be the third option. Mm-hmm. So my main page is going to be like, here's why you need our service, not calling it Pagewheel. Here's why you need our tool. You can do it $47.97, but if you can't choose and don't know what to choose and need help, that's where Cynthia's page is going to be. Book a call and we'll help you choose.
Yeah, I love that.
So it'll be 3 choices on the main page, $47.97. Tell me what to do.
Right. And like, as complicated as that sounds, if you just break it down on each thing,
right,
and then connect them.
Yeah, because I'm going to make the 3 choices first, then go make the main page so that I can plug the 3 choices in. Yeah.
So basically, you're making 4 pages, but it's kind of the same decision tree as you would be doing in a funnel. So you just would be thinking about them in separate places. So, I do have one call out for those of you who are sharing your affiliate with with your promo code. If you would send me it through live chat, send me what the promo code that you're giving out all the time. I just want to test. Over the last, Eileen knows this, over the last week, I have spent half my life in First Promoter and Stripe because I just like, my gut tells me that we need to just level it just a little bit. Eileen has been super helpful with this. And I just want to test everybody's coupon code. The links just
actually, I don't share that.
I've already tested yours, April.
Well, I know, but I mean, here's why I don't share it, because the person that joined last week, at the end of the week, she really wanted more help and she should have been a child account.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so it took some doing to undo what she did, joining at the business level to then put her as a child. It was pretty messy. And then when she tried to go redo it the right way, she joined again and paid another 47 for the next month. And so
I
we
am
just
aware of
credited
this
her 2 months.
situation.
Well, this is what was happening for me, April, is for whatever reason, and I apologize to colleague Holly because I'm sure my frustration was oozing through my keyboard. Was I knew who I had led through the sales process. I mean, I met with these people live on Zoom, and then and then I follow up with them. I'm like, did everything work out okay? Do you have any questions? And I'm checking my first promoter count, and they're not showing up, and I'm like, Holly.
Yeah. So when correctly working, the promo code will work 100% of the time to track. The link will work 80 to 90%. So that's why when you walk someone through something and you know that they want, when you send them there, having that promo, I know the promo codes on the internet, people forget to put them in and stuff like that, but saying, if you want my help, you need to use this promo code. But I just want to test them just so that I'm not lying to you. And so I'm going to go through the next week or two and test all 150 of our affiliates accounts. But I want to start with you all that are actively sharing it, because it's just easier for me to work with you guys than people that signed up 17 years ago and have forgotten that they're affiliate. So, all right, thank you on that, and just send it in live chat, and I'll communicate back and forth with you. And I might not get to the testing until this weekend, but that's on my to-do list over the weekend.
So I have a question about this then, because we're chat. Is that the weird letter combination, number letter combination? Because I have never been able to change that, although I changed it at the end of my affiliate link. That coupon code is some weird number letter.
So this is where the old codes, so that's why I ran to April's, because I know for a fact April's has been set up for 1 million years, and and so is yours, Kim. But But so if you've been in the system for, let's say, and actively sharing over 6 months, you had set up something that didn't have the weird codes and we're using that. Generally, that's working. The weird codes in First Promoter is what's not working. But nobody's sharing the promo code of the weird codes, So, but I'm in an active heated discussion with First Promoter because for some reason those codes are in your First Promoter account and they are not working. But the ones that we assigned you, like April and Eileen, and are working. So yeah, and I haven't gone through your account, but I know yours are working, Kim, because I've seen people come through on yours.
Yeah, I've gotten tracking. It's just I can't change even in the new First Promoter. The new
I think it's a difference between version 1 and version 2 in First Promoter. And so I'm just trying to get to the bottom of Kim,
the fastest way to see your codes and stuff is if you go to your main parent account, the first account that you use in Pagewheel, and then you go to your account information at that top right hand corner. One of those options on the left side that's going to show up is going to say affiliate link sharing,
and then you should see
main account.
Then click on your picture in the top right.
I didn't have my picture in there, but okay.
Account setting, whatever you have in the top right, Kim.
Yeah, see account setting, change password. Do I go to affiliate link sharing?
Yeah, and then when that opens, you'll see a current promo code, and then
it's changed in there. Yeah.
Yep. So for whatever reason, First Promoter was hating me, and I was like, Holly, it's better, you know, I'm doing all this work and I'm sharing these links and then they don't show up in my first promoter.
And by the way, y'all, if you talk to somebody, just message me because I can easily retroactively work that. Like we will make it right as quickly as possible.
We just have to make it.
But like
really
that's why,
justified.
and I'm
Yeah.
that's why I'm going through because it just seemed to me I was doing too much of that. So anyway,
Okay,
so
I'm good.
anybody that wants me to check their codes, just send the code that you're using, and I will work on it and make sure it's working. And it just gives me feedback of like when, because I know you guys that have been around for a while, I have the more active affiliate account. So. All right. Anything
Cool.
else before we go and take on this weekend?
No.
Just wanted to say thank you because honest to goodness, I have had so many instances in life in 55 years of experiencing different levels of customer service with companies. You know, just in general, like if something happens and the company emails back and says, "Rat's a ruck," you know, like sucks to be you. Or, you know, Skylight was one of them. We bought my mom one of those digital frames that's a little Skylight frame, like back in 2019. And it stopped uploading and quit working. So I called customer service. I'm like, I've done all the things. What am I doing wrong? Like, I'm sure it's staring me in the face. And the guy was like, "Oh, well, it's probably just old. We'll send you a new one." What? And then the lady, I called the other day because I needed an activation code and I didn't leave a message or anything because it just went to a menu. She called me back and said, "Sorry, we missed your phone call. That must be something that you needed, da 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 da." And I'm like, who does this? And I'm looking at you guys. And I think the reason why the Lord is going to abundantly bless Pagewheel and Holly and Rachel and even your families, I truly believe the Lord is just going to pour out in 2025 for y'all. Because look at that one situation where all of these child accounts are not financially benefiting y'all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
But
big
yet-
picture here.
But yet, you're willing to turn off and on support. Like, you're willing to support our people that are actually paying us. You know, like that's why all of us are like, I don't care what you're inventing next, just take my money. Like, if you tell me you're going to invent a unicorn that snots glitter, I'll buy one.
That sounds really cool. We're stopping everything and we're shifting gears.
I'll fill out the form.
Samantha,
Anyway, I just
you're
wanted
so
to say
sweet.
thank you. And
April.
it is just so, it's a privilege. And I feel like just even by proxy, because when I talk to people now, and I bet you everybody here would raise their hand, the 2 years ago, April could not have had the marketing situation and even the intelligent conversations that I'm having right now. And people say, "Gosh, I wish I could market like you." I'm like, just hang around long enough, because if you had seen me 2 years ago, you would have been like, "Ooh, I ain't giving you any of my money." And here we all are, right? So I promise you, I teach my boys the same thing. My boys are now 21 and 22 years old. Hang around the right people. It's a biblical principle. It will rub off.
Well, you're super sweet. And I mean, yeah, we are blessed to have customers like you guys because if they were the different kind of customers, we would have been out of here a long time ago. Samantha.
Okay, so I don't know what to say about this particular question because this part of the conversation brought it up. Because around for a long time. I just, again, like I said, I'm just not as present or voiceful. So I'm getting emails from the other groups, right? We all just giving away all kind of stuff. And how do you keep up with? I think I just got stuff everywhere. So how are we keeping up with all the promos, the demos, the little videos, and you got this? Like, is for us, where is that stuff overlapping, or it is completely separate? If you know what I mean, like from growth, because I was a part of that some years ago. The growth.
You talking about from makers?
Makers.
Well, before makers, I think.
Yeah, so let me give you a little insight on what's going on in the freaking email situation is that you're receiving emails about 5 times a week from Rachel, which is at heyrachel.com or something like that. That's actually coming. I mean, Rachel and I are putting that together. And if you've been on Pagewheel, you're on that list. We haven't gotten all complicated about, we're trying to simplify our lives because we just got the ability to email back 6 weeks ago. And we're just now getting to that. So you can participate in as much of that as you want. You'll find a lot of our share funnels coming through those emails, but you'll also find some of those share funnels in enterprise level, in the regular Pagewheel group and on these trainings and stuff. Because quite honestly, I'm making them and then we're putting in all the places, just like we teach you guys to do. Don't reinvent the wheel, pushing them out to all those places. So and then the actual Pagewheel customers that, which you're also a group of, we're not really sending out a ton of stuff unless it's something special for you. So those, we don't have a nurture sequence, quite honestly, that's worth anything at this point. That's a goal of ours, probably Q2 to get put together. So just full transparency, one step at a time. Yes, all of a sudden you're getting all sorts of stuff from Rachel that occasionally has my name on it. And that's our first goal because she has this big list that you're all part of that we're starting to market to on a regular basis.
Yeah, because I think I wanted to go in here and get an example because like one of them, which I thought was really good. I probably got it, in the whole course somewhere, but it was like how to go viral is easier than you think.
I sent that to you a day or two ago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There was one, I don't know if it was yesterday, it was about the 25 viral titles and I never could get to it. Like I clicked on it. It just brought me to like a place to get notified if Makers opens back up. And I never did get to the 25 viral titles. I was going to tell you.
I don't understand what's happening because I test those links every single time. And then I get all these emails. Of course, I'm the one answering your emails too.
I'm having trouble with all the links. I can't seem to get through. And I thought, well, they're just working on it.
Okay. Let me talk to Rachel because and this is, just a little behind the scenes baseball, and I have to go in just a minute, but is that like, I of course was never part of Makers. That was the one company that we had separate from the others. So I'm just now learning some of the stuff that she was doing in there, which is all amazing. But I never was part of like any of the funnels or anything like that. So I'm starting to learn that. But we may have to pull some of those links out of there. And I'll talk to her about that. So thanks for the feedback on that. Let's see, Jennifer.
I just want to jump in and follow on April's shout out and add, just give a perfect example. Sandy and I have known each other for a long time and we met by chance. It was amazing. But she introduced this to me 8 months ago. And she let me come to a couple, I've been coming to some of the calls and learning and gleaning and things. And she just knew it just wasn't time yet. And so this is just a perfect example that she was so patient with me and she kept hinting and she was persistent in the kindest way and all of those things. And so you guys be that person to your people that you're showing this to, because the right time will come. And I knew I wanted it. I just also knew I wasn't ready yet. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, so shout out to everybody all of you, for Holly and Rachel for making it, and Sandy for being persistent, and all you guys for being so kind and sharing. And just, thank you. And yes, these are my friends. So thank you today.
Oh, thank you so much. We're so glad to have you here, Jennifer. Eileen.
I just had a quick question for Samantha. Are you talking about a way to organize all the downloads for yourself? Is that what you're talking about, or just the emails specifically?
Well, yeah, the downloads and stuff, because sometimes they come in at the end of, you just can't do it. Then I open it up and I'm in a whole nother Google account. Stuff is just freaking everywhere,
Well, you know what I did was I created a Google Sheets document for myself, and it has the title, it has the link, it has a short description that I get from Pagewheel because I don't have time for none of that. And And then I even keep a column whether I'm keeping it free or I'm charging something for it, because again, just like you, look, and I want to echo what April has said and Jennifer has said, and I've shared this before. So you know, I said yes to Rachel before this thing even had a name, but I let it sit like we often do, just sit, because I was a full-time teacher and a full-time wife and a full-time mother. And even though I wanted to get out of education, I couldn't see a clear path, right? So long story short, I was like, oh, all right, my job was eliminated in June. All the stuff that you've seen me do everywhere has happened since June because of Pageville.
It's very inspiring, Eileen, to see that. And I love when another door opens. I love new doors.
But some of it is good, like this whole title formula thing. I'm gonna go back down that I'm at home, kind of still for a moment and download, because some of it is really good. And we had it, but you forget because it is so much stuff and there's so many things. So a lot of the refresher, like, yes, I can utilize that real quick. So yeah, this is, I mean, it's great now.
The other thing that, like, I know that we have we have a Slack channel for Pagewheel, and it wouldn't have to be a Slack channel. It could be just a spreadsheet or something like that, is that we have something called inspiration. And so anytime we go across anything that we're interested in, it doesn't have to be, you know, we just throw the link in. And then when I'm like, oh, I know I saw that sometime, or what was that? I was like, you could just go back and look through it. Or when you have a little bit of time on your hands, you can just go back through and pull what's really important to you, because it is easy. And part of marketing to y'all is to overwhelm you with good stuff. I mean, that is a strategy. And so don't fall for it. We're being very transparent. We're showering you with good stuff because we're trying to reach into those corners of people that don't understand what we do yet. And so one of the ways we can say, hey, we shower you with good stuff, is to shower them with good stuff. But don't be distracted by that, because you guys are focused on what you need to do. So just pull out of the good stuff what you need.
But that I'm copying that model in my emails. So I shower my readers with good stuff. It's not always free. Sometimes I'm driving them to a coaching call or a paid product, but I'm always offering them something.
The save, are you talking about the save button?
Yeah, can you just show that? Because a lot of people hadn't seen it or used it.
Yeah, let me do that real quick.
It'd be a great Feature Friday too. We're just full of stuff today.
You
Not full of it, full of
stuff. Full of stuff. So once you're on one of these, and this is the one I think you just shared. Oh yeah, I can't share one that's been shared to me. So let me go in real quick to get in here. Main account.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I forgot about that. It's just simply a template to use, and then you can't do anything with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say Rubber Ducky, you're the one. Identity.
Oh, thanks for that earworm.
Rubber Ducky. Man, that is a little old. I'm dating myself, but I think we're the same age, April. So there you go.
Lots of fun. Rubber Ducky, you're my very best friend.
All right. True. So I've run a thing on copy packs. I could download it into a PDF, put it into a folder. I could rerun it here, or I could share it by just copying that. This is the way you might want to share it with yourself, because the big secret here is, let's say I had run more than one. If I had run all 6 or 7 or 8 different things, when I share that, it's going to save all of those with that same prompt. So sometimes you're like, hey, Jennifer's mind was just blown. So like, let's say you run a whole bunch of things with a prompt and you're like, oh, I really like this, I want to remember it. Then just save that link in your inspiration channel or on your spreadsheet or something like that, or in the folder that is in that, in your for that company, so that you can go back and find that later.
But I'm talking about, go back to where the prompt is.
Yeah.
And click on it. Well, I don't know if you've got a history, but
yeah, I just ran. I should. Oh, maybe if I change it.
When you do a history and you have 10 or so, you can heart them.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, See, I haven't even seen that, April.
Oh.
This is what my problem is I'm like, hey guys, what's new? And they're like, oh, like, and I'm like, I'm finding the stuff and they're not telling me ahead of time. And then I'm like,
Right.
that's why you guys are always like, have you seen the new feature on Pagewheel? That's why I was like so excited that you guys hadn't seen that form. I beat you to it. All right, Robert. It's because I need to, yeah, there is the history
Yeah.
has a place that you can heart now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave you all to explore that amongst yourselves. So, all right, guys, I have to run. Have an amazing weekend. Janine, I'm not, she's going to make me a liar again. It's going to be back on Monday.
Holly, I'm going to reach out to you to see when we could chat more about this client, because I think that
Perfect.
whole shipping per product thing might be a game changer for her.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I'll be on chat over the weekend off and on. And I will see you on the enterprise people on Wednesday, and then I'll see y'all on Friday again. So chat with me if you need anything.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.